Tom, well, you've managed to take a few moments out of your busy schedule training for the Olympics to speak to us today. Other than diving, could you tell me what is your favourite sport? What football team do you support?
I don't like football, to be honest. It's not my cup of tea. I'm absolutely rubbish at it. I've got no coordination in kicking a football straight at all. I find it a lot easier to do somersaults and twists than it is to kick a ball straight.
Looking ahead to the future, apart from diving, what would you really like to do in the future as a job?
I'd like to go into TV presenting and maybe become a sports presenter or a children's TV presenter. Just anything that involves media, I think, because I'd like to stay involved in that.
Have you met any famous sports stars yet?
I've met a few, Jane Kelly Holmes, and also in part of a sponsorship with Team Visa, I've been able to keep in contact with Sir Steve Redgrave and James Hannah-Gray-Thompson, and I can ring them up or text them or email them whenever I want to be able to ask them some questions.
What three things could you not survive without?
I wouldn't be able to survive without my phone, internet, and I guess it would have to be girls.
You're obviously going to be the hero of quite a lot of people, I think, but who's your hero?
My hero in diving is Alexander Despatie. He won the Commonwealth Games when he was 13 years old. And he's still on the diving scene now, so I'd basically be able to still catch up with him and speak to him.
What's your favourite food?
My favourite food, not very healthy, but it's bangers and mash, and my weakness is ice cream as well.
And can you actually cook?
I can. My grandma's taught me how to make broccoli bake and soup, and I can learn to make stuff like pizza and flapjacks at school. And this morning I actually made myself some scrambled egg on toast.
So that's a little bit about you yourself. Let's have a look at you as a sportsman.
The synchronised event is basically we have to do 6 dives. It's a straight final at the Olympic Games because we have to qualify in the World Cup. So basically there's 8 divers in it, straight final. We do 6 dives. The first 2 are easy dives just to show control and timing. So they've got the maximum degree of difficulty is 2.0. And then the other 4 dives are optional dives where there's no tariff limit, so we can go up to tariff worth 3.4, 3.8, stuff like that. And basically you have to try and take off at the same time, spin at the same time, and land at the same time. And if everything is the exact same as your partner, you should score very good marks. I was 7 years old when I started diving. It was more, my dad took me to a public session, saw people diving, gave it a go, and then it just went every Saturday, and then it kind of started taking off a few years later. It's very scary when you first do it. I've actually had to come down a few times because it is very high up there, and once you've done it once, you want to do it again and again. It's just very scary learning new dives and doing it for the first time.
How often do you train, and how long do you do it each day?
I train 6 days a week, and when I'm not at school, I train 6 hours a day, twice a day. Then when I'm at school, I train 3 hours a day, because if I trained twice a day while I was at school, I used to do it at that age. I used to just fall asleep in classes, and then when it came to my second session in the evening, I couldn't do it as to higher standards. So now I'm working on quality, not quantity, I guess.
What do you think is your best achievement to date?
I'd say winning the European Championships or qualifying for the Olympics.
What actually goes through your mind when you're standing on that platform just before a dive?
Well, you have to try and block a lot of things out, but before I go, I basically visualise my dive through my head, watch it, close my eyes, watch it as if I'm watching it on TV in my head, and then when I get to the end of the board, I know exactly what I'm doing, so that I'll be able to just do it and it'll come naturally.
Coming to Beijing again, what are you aiming to achieve there?
I'm aiming just to get a steady performance out there, going out there, getting ready for London 2012 basically, going out there for the experience, just basically getting a feel for the Olympic environment.
So about getting a feel in a different way, if you don't quite get your dive right, do you end up doing belly flops or what?
You can do various things wrong. You can, little things can cause, if the pool's too hot and you start sweating and you slip out of your tuck shape, and there's lots of things that can go wrong, and when you do land flat, it does seriously hurt.
And how difficult is it to synchronise?
Well, I've been very lucky to have Blake Aldridge, and we're very natural with our timings, and we've got similar diving techniques, so we basically say 1, 2, 3, go, and everything else comes in time.
Tom Daley is everywhere in the media. You're getting all that pressure. How do you cope with it all?
Well, I quite enjoyed doing all the media stuff, and it's been quite a good experience because since qualification for the Olympics, everything's just gone mad. So it's been a good experience, and it's been good fun to try and do it this year.
What sort of food do you eat to keep fit and healthy?
I don't have a strict diet. I just basically have to try and eat sensibly and just not eat as many treats as normal 14-year-olds would.
How do you manage to relax before an event?
I would just listen to my iPod or go speak with some of the other divers, just generally just block out that there's a competition going on and just sit in the back room and just chill with some of my diving friends or listen to my iPod.
And how important is your family to this preparation?
Oh, my family has played a major role in my diving career. That my dad takes me to every training session, watches every training session, and comes to every competition. I've got loads of people coming out to Beijing with me. I've got my mum, my dad, my two brothers, my both sets of grandparents, an auntie and uncle, and their business partners. So there's about 12 people coming out to watch. So they've been very supportive.
What about sports stars, sort of past or present, that inspire you the most, do you think?
I got inspired when I saw in 2004 Leon Taylor dive and win the Olympic silver medal with Peter Waterfield, because that was kind of when I was just doing little bits of diving and I wasn't really successful, and then that kind of inspired me to want to go to the Olympic Games and win a medal like Leon Taylor did.
Now, we've seen you everywhere recently, the modelling team GB kits, presenting on the BAFTAs, and always in the news somewhere or other. So what do you think, yourself, happened on the best day of your life so far?
There's been quite a lot of things that I've done with various stuff, but I reckon there was a day that I won the BBC Young Sports Personality. I also won a camo international competition in Canada on the same day, and that competition made me go to the World Cup and therefore made me qualify for the Olympics. So all in all, that was kind of a day, my best day, that's kind of leaded into other good days, I guess.
Now then, we've got some quick fire questions for you. We're moving into the special round. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Single dive or synchronized dive?
Synchro.
Listen to music or play video games?
Video games.
4x4 or sports car?
Sports car.
Training or homework?
Training.
Cheddar or Edam?
Edam.
Desert or jungle?
Desert.
Gladiators or Big Brother?
Big Brother.
Early mornings or late night?
Late nights.
Christmas or birthday?
Birthday.
Maths or English?
Maths.
In the gym or in the pool?
In the pool.
Trainers or boots?
Trainers.
Football or rugby?
Football.
Comedy or action film?
Comedy.
Marmite or Marmalade?
Marmite.
London or Beijing?
London.
Magazine or book?
Book.
School meals or packed lunch?
Oh, school meal. Definitely school meal all the way. School meal.
Thanks very much indeed, Tom, and thanks for sharing it with us. Good luck with the Olympic Games at Beijing, and hope you come home with something hanging around your neck.
Thank you.